Hello class, today we have wonderful collage lesson making trees, collage trees in complementary colors. What complementary color this is? Orange and blue. What other complementary colors we know? We know a purple and yellow. I hope the colors are coming out good, but if they're not, then hopefully you can still imagine them being nice and bright. Black and white trees, night and day. This is night version. And day would be white paper with a black tree. Let me show you some examples of student artwork. So we have awesome student artwork right here. This is Elena. Give her a big round of applause. Didn't she do a great job? And we're gonna talk about Ileana. Okay, are we gonna talk about some things? For example, common mistakes here are holes in the tree. So we can imagine maybe there is a hole in a tree, like an eye of a tree where a squirrel can hide. But a branch should be completely attached. There should not be any space right here, okay? But these are really good. These are really good. And look at how awesome this tree looks like. I mean, we're gonna talk about symmetry and asymmetry. We're gonna be talking about different standards for these. But first, let me show you the artwork here. These are night pictures, so dark night, white tree. Here we have hard to read. Well, okay, so I looked it up and I believe it's Eliza, first grader. Wow, beautiful work. Give her a big round of applause. Here we have Anderson. Look how perfect the branches are fitting. See, you wanna make those joints. And what is amazing about these trees is we're gonna learn about all the standards like symmetry and asymmetry, complementary colors, and we're gonna learn how to make harmony, so in unity. So we have to glue that a little bit more here. Don't forget to glue everything properly so you don't have any spaces left. Those are just common mistakes we're going over. But beautiful composition from Mariah. Give a big round of applause. Beautiful. And then we have another one, and here is Elena. Look at that. Look at that tree. And Elena told me that this tree looks a lot like the one she has in her backyard. So this is gonna be wonderful to share and finish. Okay, so let's look at some of the standards we're gonna also study about. But first, hopefully you can see the pretty colors now better. This one is kind of unfinished. We're gonna finish it together. This one is orange and blue. You can see the colors better now. I adjusted. Okay, and before we go there, I forgot about Ben. Look at this one. Ben did a great job. So this branch and this branch is symmetrical, right? Can you see that? But these branches above there are asymmetrical. And we're gonna discuss those standards. So this one and this one are exactly opposite of each other. They're symmetrical. And this part is asymmetrical. And together it creates unity, okay? And we're repeating the same pattern of the branches, which creates unity. And last but not least, let's go ahead, before we get started creating the artwork, we're going to look at a little bit about the standards. So the lesson is called Hard Scraps Trees. And why is it called scraps? Hard scraps. Well, I'll show you. So the way we did that is we took a paper and we actually made a card, and it was a hard card. So you just go ahead and make a beautiful regular heart. Can you see it here? I just cut out a heart shape. Ta-da! Hearts. right? And I'll use it for another project. But I was left with all of this waste. And because it will be perfect for Earth Day to celebrate saving trees, hard scraps trees, instead of throwing this away, we're gonna use it in our artwork. And look what happened now. If I cut a little triangle here for another collage, and maybe a little triangle here, and maybe a little triangle here. I have perfect triangles for my triangle lesson, and I'll put that aside. Is this perfect for other art teachers? So reusing scraps is really important in art classroom, as the budget is very limited. Now, look at what we got here. We got some trunks of the tree. So let's see. Wow, and this one already has texture. So let's see. Ta-da! Like this. And this is symmetrical, and this is, right here, the black line is called axis of symmetry. So let's look at the standard here. Ta-da! Right here. So if it looks exactly the same on one side as it looks on other side, it's called symmetry. And this line is called vertical axis. That's our symmetry line. Versus asymmetrical, which is not the same. So like I showed you before, this part and this part is perfectly symmetrical, right? Because they're exactly the same. This part is asymmetrical. So you can see how this part and this part belongs together because I cut them out together at the same time. Now we can adjust where I want to put my tree, and I'm going to cut to shape. I can cut it like this, or maybe even use this slanted line I already have there, and it will match my trunk like so. And don't forget, you can overlap. I'm still symmetrical. This is still symmetrical tree, okay? And then when I add other branches, the crown of the branches will be asymmetrical, but the base of the tree will be symmetrical. So I can use these to fill out my roots here. These are some roots here. Just you can fill that in if it doesn't come out perfect. And I pre-cut some. So papers here from another heart. So I'm gonna use those, but I will not forget to put the background. So red, what is the complementary color for red? Let's look at the complementary colors again. We've got complementary blue and orange, and you're gonna choose one combination. You got red or green, which I'm working on now. So red background, red tree with green, or green background, or it can be green tree with a red background, like a sunset scene. And you can choose yellow and purple in any combination. It could be purple tree or yellow tree and yellow background or purple background, and you're gonna choose your combination, okay? And for ASD class, for our teachers out there, it would be wonderful to also add puzzles instead of leaves for the autism celebration month of April. Month of April, we celebrate autism every day, so of the month of April. So we've got a lot of things to celebrate. We are celebrating the scraps, reusing scraps in the art room for Earth Day, which was April 29th, and we're still working on it. We're still pretty close. Today is May 3rd, so we're doing great. And also we're gonna learn about principles of art, unity and harmony. So what is unity and harmony? So I'm using the same elements here. And I want to achieve harmony. So harmony is when everything seems to work together well. A wholeness or oneness, we call it our vocabulary. I'm going to ask you about it next class. Maybe we'll have a little test on this. Our vocab word, don't forget, is unity. Say it with me. Unity. Say it with me. Unity. When everything seems to work together well, a wholeness or oneness is achieved. So that's our one principle of art we're gonna be practicing? We're also gonna be practicing harmony, okay? We're making patterns also with the tree branches in a rhythm kind of way to achieve harmony, What is harmony? The peaceful look made when related elements of the art are put together by repeating lines. Lines are our branches. Repeating lines are our branches, different lines, okay, repeating the same width about, okay, repeating lines. Colors, so we're gonna have only one color red or one color green for the background. Shapes, textures, and objects. So textures and objects is the paper will be always the same texture, which will create the feeling of harmony. So your pattern will create the feeling of, I'm gonna ask you next class, maybe I put it on the test, harmony, okay. But don't just study it because of the test, study it because it really helps your art get better. Okay, so let's review. We have a symmetry here. The side, it equals the same mirror image over the vertical axis of symmetry. Okay, so far it's symmetrical. Again, what is symmetry? This is another vocab word we have. Our vocabulary I'm going to ask you about is symmetry. S-Y-M-M-E-T-R-Y. Say it with me. Symmetry. When a work of art is organized so that both sides look equal or similar. Can you see? Is this side equal and similar to the other side? Yes, it is. Okay, so far we have symmetry. Now when it's not equal and it's not similar, that's when it's gonna be asymmetrical. So there will be parts of your trees that are gonna be symmetrical, like this parts, the main parts, and some of them will be asymmetrical, but it's still gonna create the feeling of harmony. Notice I did not glue my tree together yet. I'm gonna be experimenting with placing different elements, using my scissors and placing the branches. Always remember, don't leave a space when placing your branch, because branch cannot keep growing when it's not part of the main tree. Okay, so just kind of remember that. It needs to be attached to the main tree. And now we're gonna start doing some branches that are not that symmetrical, but that's okay. And don't forget, you can also overlap. So you can overlap, this branch can go over this branch. And use all the scraps. For Earth Day, you have to use every scrap of that paper that you made hard with. We are not gonna throw anything away because it's Earth Day and we're saving trees. So play around with the placement to create harmony and unity. You can add some smaller branches at the tippy top of the tree, right there in the crown of the tree, all the way up high. Don't leave any spaces between the branches. And then once you decide about the placement, you can then, once you use up the whole entire paper, because it's Earth Day celebration, we want to use it all up. Once you use every little piece, okay, then you can go ahead and start gluing it one piece at a time. So only take one piece out at a time. and then you're gonna glue it one by one very carefully. I wanted to kind of make this a little bit more even, so I'm gonna close that up. See, so it's more tree-like. And I still had one more paper. I gotta use it up, so where do I put it? See, and don't forget you can overlap, so I'll put one here, one here. Perfect, one is done. This scale was what colors? Complementary colors. Complementary. And it is red, green, red tree over green background. You can also do vice versa. You can do our green tree over red background. So we achieve beautiful unity here. Let's try another color combination. I'm gonna glue this off the camera because I wanna explain a little bit more. I've already pre-cut my heart from this one, and I have some scraps left. Can you see how it used to be a heart? The round shape of that heart. Okay, so now I have it right here. This is symmetry, remember? And I've got some simple branches here. I think I'm gonna cut them to fit. I think I want them a little skinnier. So I'll make straight lines here. And I'm gonna start using them right away. Like so. And I already have symmetry here. So for the crown, I can also do asymmetrical. So it's not gonna be symmetrical. So, but I will attach it without spaces. I will glue it really well so I have no spaces there. Like so. Very nice. Each tree is gonna be beautiful and different. It is gonna be wonderful. Can you see that? We're building these branches pretty easily. They're coming very organic looking. We can overlap branches or tuck them under. I really love this lesson. So love it so much. Don't you love it too? And also our artist that we're gonna look at in classroom is Loretta Grayson. And I'm gonna show you some of these awesome tree images that she made with collage. Her name is Loretta Grayson. Loretta Grayson, she also uses the warm and cool colors. Complementary. We're gonna look at her gorgeous artwork. I can't wait for how your art is gonna turn out. And now is your turn.